What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the full moon workshop. If this is your first time, welcome. This will be around 25 minutes. If it's longer, it's because at the end, I just talk about my experience. That is called the pivot party. So you can join or you can leave anytime. But thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting me and trusting yourself and just taking a minute to clear and to set some new intentions for whatever your next chapter looks like. So yeah, thank you for coming. This is Pay What You Can. So the donation link is below. And thank you for all of your support. I have an amazing team, so you support them. And I'm opening this beautiful space in Portugal. So yeah, I'll talk about that on my Instagram, etc. But let's just dive in because this is a big deal. This is the second full moon of August. So that is why it is called a blue moon. When people say that, like once in a blue moon, it's because a blue moon doesn't happen often, right? So a blue moon is when there are two full moons in one 30-day month, okay? So, or 31 days or whatever, but 1 month. So August started with a full moon and we are ending with a full moon, which means that August and being the number 8, right? Because it's the 8th month, August is the 8th month. So that 8 portal, that 8 energy really reminds us that we are connected to everything. Everything external is just a reflection of our internal relationship to ourselves, our internal struggles, our internal hopes and dreams and desires. We are forever connected to the universe. So like, as above, so below. It's this idea that like we can literally co-create with angels, our guides, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter, but they are here to support us and we need to show up and do the fucking work to make sure that we are collaborating and co-creating the life that we really want. So how do we do that? We need to first be able to identify and clear out any toxic cycles, shadows, and the shadows can be even just like imposter syndrome, not trusting ourselves. It can be addictions. Maybe we feel like we want to escape or leave situations, we don't want to deal with them, or we can't properly regulate our emotions or whatever. So there's all these different things that are really you stopping you from being able to progress. And like, I'm saying you, but I'm really talking about myself. I'm just projecting onto all of you because I'm also human. I'm also here struggling and trying to figure out how to just make this life the best one possible, right? And of course, especially under a full moon, we have an opportunity to see what's really working for us. Like I just came back from Nashville. I was recording a huge podcast there, which was fucking amazing. And like, that was a beautiful opportunity that showed up a few days before the full moon. So obviously I'm doing something right. I'm on quote unquote my life path and I'm seeing that things are, working and showing up for me. So that's nice sort of validation. So like look into your life and try to figure out what is a few good wins for yourself? What or how, where do you see doors opening or new opportunities showing up? Now, because it's a full moon, of course, we're still going to have that opportunity to release and clear. And this full moon is going to be very kind of in our face. Why? Because this full moon is conjunct Saturn retrograde. So conjunct means it's together. So this full moon, when it is fully illuminated, it will be beside Saturn. And Saturn is retrograde right now, which means he's moving backwards. Saturn is retrograding backwards in Pisces to help us figure out how we can actually make our dreams a reality. Because we can't continue to, live an old life. We can't continue to tell ourselves the same old stories that we've always said, maybe I'm not good enough or I don't deserve something or, no one cares about me. No one wants to listen to what I have to say or whatever. And like, trust me, I've also experienced all of those things. And like, here I am. Here you are. You obviously want to hear what I have to say about this astrology so I can help you and you can help me. And it's an exchange. And this is a beautiful relationship that we're building. And I love you and thank you. But like, there was a time when I was like, oh, no one wants to hear me. And that was just my self-doubt. So like, there's different ways that that sort of energy creeps up in our lives and it blocks us from moving forward in the ways that we want. So maybe there's something you want to tell someone, or you need to sit down and have a heavy conversation, or you need to just open your heart and say, like, I fucking love you, bitch. Maybe you want to apply for a new job, or you want to shift gears and move to a new country or a new home or a new apartment, or your roommate or whatever is just not working, and you need to like have that conversation and get rid of them. Maybe you need to break up with someone, a friend, family, a lover, whatever. But like this full moon in Pisces is showing us really how our emotions are like very fucking strong and real, and we can't ignore them. We can't deny them. So what do we have to do? Well, Saturn with the full moon, right? Because the full moon in Pisces is showing us how we feel about these situations. And Saturn retrograde is asking you to do something about that energy, because if you want to fix that situation, if you want to clear that energy, if you want to clear that kind of experience in your life, and you want to re-establish yourself in a new way, Saturn is saying you have to do something with that energy, right? This is an opportunity for us to shift our karma. This is an opportunity for us to pay off karmic debts. And maybe some of you have already paid off all of these debts. Maybe you are now very fucking clear that these relationships, this job, this person, this situation, whatever, is not what's benefiting you moving forward. And you don't need this anymore because you've already learned. Well, now you need to apply that learning. Remember, we still have this very strong shift that happened already in the nodes. So the nodes are points in the sky that represent fate and destiny. And the North Node is now in Aries, and it's asking us to show up in new ways. We need to establish our identity in new ways. You need to be a different person now than you were, for your whole life, really, but definitely for, 2 years before this, because the shift happens. So the nodes change every 18 months. So if you look back to who you were 2 years ago, it's like what you wanted, what you desired, what your goals were, how you earned money, how you saw your own value, etc. Like all those things are different. They're changed, right? So when those nodes shift, which just happened, and I have a full workshop that you can download and watch. Like I go really in depth about this because this is probably the most important transit of 2023, to be honest. So if you haven't watched that, especially if you're an Aries, if you're a cardinal sign, so an Aries, a Capricorn, a Cancer, or a Libra, you four are going to be feeling this the most. And that's if it's your rising, your moon, your sun. So just check where that is in your chart. And if you're interested in learning more, it's below. But that North Node in Aries is asking all of us as a collective, because this energy is actually affecting all of us, but just those four the most. But we need to show up in new ways, and we need to initiate new cycles, new behaviors, new structures, new belief systems about ourselves and about the stories that we tell ourselves about our life, etc. The other thing is that the South Node is in Libra, which means that's everything that we're letting go of. And when you think about the South Node in Libra, this is an opportunity for us to understand how we have showed up in past relationships and what we did to contribute to that situation that gave us a result. So maybe you were a good person, whatever, but you didn't have strong enough boundaries, and other people continued to take advantage of you and it drained you or whatever. So that's learning. Maybe you lied and cheated and stole something, or you betrayed someone or something, and like that situation unfolded and you learned something. So that's beautiful. And there's not like a good or a bad, like it doesn't matter. This is just about us understanding how we have showed up in relationships in the past. And now we know what works and what doesn't work. And it's important for us to take all of that lesson and apply it. Okay, so we're applying all of that to the new identity, the new character that we are now developing with the North Node in Aries. If you want to dive deeper, again, watch that workshop. It's below, okay? So the other thing that's really important about this full moon is that this full moon is in Pisces, and that is happening during Virgo season, right? So now we are in Virgo season, which is focusing on the body, focusing on digestion, focusing on what we are ingesting. So what are we eating? What are we watching? What are we listening to? What are we what kind of situations and experiences are we getting involved in? So maybe you're going to notice, after a month or especially after this retrograde season, you're going to be like, I don't like some of these people, or I don't like how this person talks to me. I don't like that. I don't like how this person always expects me to do something for them or whatever. Also, you're going to be noticing the people that you do like, the people that you're like, oh, I like that this person respects me. I like that this person asks my opinion. I like that this person is, considerate and caring about me. And it's like, so we have this opportunity to really discriminate. And Virgo, and I don't mean like discriminate like to like separate people based off of like their skin color. What, like, that's not what I'm talking about. Discrimination. I'm talking about discrimination. I'm talking about that, like, to discriminate means to figure out what is working and what is not working, what is healthy and what is not healthy, and for us to invest more into the good, positive things that are benefiting our lives and to let go and release the other things. Why? Because there is clearly a very strong emotional reaction to our experience. Like, we can feel with that full moon in Pisces, we can feel very sort of emotional or triggered or just frustrated about, like, why am I still in this fucking situation? Why do I still let that person talk to me like that? Or why have I still not said something? Why have I still been holding back? It's time to just jump in. I need to say it. I need to do it. Now, there's a little bit of a mixed energy here because we have so many planets in retrograde. We literally have Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Uranus goes retrograde today, I believe, and Saturn retrograde. The only planet that we don't have in retrograde is Mars. So Mars moving forward, I like that. And I think Mars is in Virgo. Mars is now in Libra. Ooh, Mars is in Libra now. Beautiful. Okay, so we are being asked to dive into taking action towards the things that bring more balance and more peace and calm into our lives. That's habits, that's people, situations, work, collaborations, love, friends, family, like everything. So you want to be investing more and taking action to do the things that will make you feel more balanced. Okay, that's going to be what you're focusing on for the next little while. But for you to do that properly, you need to really review. This is all of the retrogrades that I just talked about. You really need to review all of your relationships, how you think, how you speak, how you perceive people, how you value yourself, what you value in connections. So with family, friends, work, your money, how much you charge. Like, there's so many different things like that. And this is an opportunity for us to, because remember, Jupiter is retrograde also. So Jupiter retrograde is asking us to just slow down before we expand so rapidly. And it's like this, sorry, let me check one thing also. I just want to see the dates of Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter retrograde enters Pisces. So right now he's in Aries. Okay, so right now, So right now, Jupiter is retrograding in Aries. So it's like all of those things about the new identity, the new characters that we want to be expanding on. We need to actually pause and review. Like, before I dive in and expand this new character, this new version of myself, before that new life, just like, because Jupiter wants to expand everything. So it's like, before I just expand, like, what am I expanding? Who am I? Like, because I don't want to be wasting time, wasting energy, wasting money, expanding on an identity that I think I connect with. I think that's my identity. I think I like these things. And then like in 6 months down the road, you're like, fuck, that's not me. I hate this. Why am I doing that? What the fuck? And then you have to go back and you have to undo it. Like, no. So right now we have this opportunity to really continue to use all of that retrograde season energy to just review and reflect on who we are, what we're doing, how we interact, what we expect from the people and the world around us, and to use that energy to slow down and really figure out what do we want to let go about our old stories and our old personalities, drop it, and how do we apply all of that learning from the past relationships, and how do we write a new story, really? The other thing here is that Pisces energy, because this is the full moon in Pisces. And remember, this is a super moon. So this is closer to the earth. It's more powerful also. It's the blue moon. I think I already talked about that. It's the second full moon in this month. And this month is connected to the number 8. So this is really about like us standing in our power. So I'm happy you're here because this is a very important opportunity to change. But what's beautiful is that this is Virgo season, which is a flexible, mutable sign, which means it's opportunity for change. And this is a full moon under Pisces, which is also a flexible, mutable sign. So again, opportunity for change. And I really like that all of this is happening with a focus on our physical body, because Virgo is connected to the body, and then Pisces is connected to the soul. So this is where we right now need to figure out on a soul level, what is my, calling? What is my intuition telling me? Like, how do I want to begin to express myself in new ways from the deepest part of my soul that just is so aligned with my future, with my calling, etc. So it's like, how do I connect deeper with my soul and compare that to the Virgo physical body and see what I'm doing every day, my daily habits, my daily tasks, because Virgo is connected to the small things that we do, like literally tasks and habits, and like the little things that you do every day, the details. That is what Virgo focuses on. So how can we listen to our soul path and understand what needs to change, and then connect to that Virgo energy and make the changes happen here in the physical form? Okay. I feel like this is a lot of dense information. I'm sorry, I do talk a lot, but I feel like there's a lot of details and a lot of heavy information in there. So if you need to just rewind this, or you can watch this anytime, again, like, up to you. But there's a lot happening right now. So I don't want to just like leave things out, because like some people might be like overwhelmed. So just rewind it, watch it again. And I try to like keep this as simple as possible, like with the way I'm like speaking. So hope it's clear. And let me know in the comments. Like, I actually love reading your comments and seeing like, is this resonating with your current experience? Or like, what are you trying to shift? What are you trying to let go of? Like, how are you using and how are you experiencing this energy? Because it affects us all different, but it's just nice to also see, like how other people are experiencing it. So let's pull a couple cards and then we'll do an energy clearing. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus. One more. Okay. Illumination. I love this. This is the sun. This card comes out when everything will work out in your favor. Everything will be like good for you soon, I promise. Okay. So maybe just wait until after this retrograde season, which is going to be a little bit longer. But what I have here is Temperance reverse, the Hierophant reverse, 3 of Coins reverse, 10 of Swords reverse. So there's an overall energy here of like, we are fucking dried up. We are done. Like, there are so many things that should have already been changed, but they didn't. And I feel like a lot of these things are connected to maybe old contracts, agreements, maybe just like social agreements, or like following other people's expectations that they want me to do something, they expect me to do these things. So I'm just always sort of like stuck and tied to doing these things for them. And now it's like, I'm breaking from this. I also feel like there's a lot of people who are maybe shifting their approach to religion, is what I'm hearing, or to traditional things, traditional setups, traditional households, traditional relationships. It's like how we've been experiencing life up until now, we're really noticing like this is not really working. And like, I need to make these adjustments. But there's a little bit of this delay, of this pause, because I have the Temperance reverse. I also feel like, so this is saying that you don't have the green light fully on, like you can't really go with like everything that you want. So just, again, baby steps, that Virgo energy, day by day, doing, a few little things to help progress. But like, don't expect these huge changes. But we still have Uranus that will very soon go retrograde. Yeah. So like that is going to be shaking things up. So last minute changes, last minute ideas, new information could just show up. And it's like, wow, that really clarifies a lot of things for me, which is good. But then it's like, okay, so now with that 10 of swords, with this 3 of coins reverse, it's like, now I understand that these connections, these people, projects, things are not really things that I feel connected to, not really what I want to be working on, but I still feel either obligated to stay for a little bit, or now I need to figure out how to disconnect and to refocus my time, energy, money in a new direction, but that's going to take more time than I want it to. Like I prefer to be able to just do like click, it's done, I go for it and I'm going, or like I can't do that because there's all these other things that I need to figure out. So it's like, don't rush it. Don't get frustrated because the timing is not quote unquote perfect. Like the universal timing is perfect, and the universe is making sure that it's setting up everything for you so that when you can go, everything else that you need is already ready and waiting for you. So everything, boom, 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 connects. But like our ego can tell us like, I want to be over there now. I want to do this now. And it's just like blah, blah, blah. But like, it's coming. The sun is saying it's coming. Just wait. Okay. The other thing, this temperance card, where do you need to find better balance with, this is like actually connected to sobriety and that full moon in Pisces. Like Pisces can activate escapism through drugs, drinking, too much food, too much sex, too much whatever. So it's like, just be careful. Like, where are you not being in balance enough and you know it and you're just like, it's fine. I'll start fresh in September. But it's like, girl, just start fresh now, you know? Okay, so that's that. I hope that helps. If you guys are interested in a tarot reading, I am actually hosting just after Venus retrograde finishes. I believe it's September 3rd. That information will be below. I'm going to host a live tarot collective event. It's my first one. I'm super excited about it. And I will be picking a lot of random people on that video chat. It'll be like a Zoom call like this. And we're going to do live readings. And we're all going to learn together and just heal together and experience. Like, trust me, if you feel called to that, join me, because there will be messages in that for you. If you've ever watched our like IG live readings, the free ones, like people are always learning and healing, just like, wow, that's exactly what's happening in my life. Also, like there's a lot of support and help from those events. So you can sign up with that below. Okay. Let's do an energy clearing and we'll do a meditation and then we're good. So now we'll do an energy clearing and then the meditation, and then we are done. I invite you to close your eyes. You can just focus on your breath. You don't need to change anything. Just follow your breath, be aware of it. And try to just become 10% more relaxed. And now I want you to just imagine that there is a green fire on the floor in front of you, and you have a golden comb in your hand, and you're just going to use that golden comb to comb out any energy that is stuck in your energy field. So we all have an aura. It's a shape, an energetic shape around our body. And it just picks things up all day, other people projections, our old fears, ideas. So what I want you to do now is to just use that golden comb, just use your imagination, use the golden comb, and just anywhere that you think you have energy stuck, just comb it out and toss it into that green fire. And the green fire will just get rid of it for you. So you can just comb maybe through the chakras. And we're tossing, we're cleansing and clearing. I'm going to use a distance energy symbol to help clear that for you. And now I want you to imagine that white light starts pouring down from above. And it's washing you clean. It's like rain or just light. Maybe it's like a shower. Whatever you see, just follow that. It's fine. But white light just pouring down. And maybe it goes into your body and it's filling your body. And it's washing your skin. And it's adding protection. It's adding life force energy, vitality, strength. I'm going to use a different distance energy symbol to help amplify this protection and this recharge. Just imagine that white light pouring down and feel your body, feel your energy field just getting stronger. Maybe expand that light into your space as it cleanses your space and adds protection to your space. And now under this full blue supermoon, we have a huge opportunity to really begin letting go or to fully close the door on the things that don't really benefit us anymore. So the first thing I want you to do is to just focus on yourself. Maybe there's a habit or some kind of behavior that you still feel a little bit stuck with. Maybe it's an addictive cycle. Maybe it's just a comfort zone thing. But I want you to just pick one. If there's more, that's fine. But if you could just pick one habit that you are ready and willing to let go of so that you can make more available space for expansion in this next chapter, what is that habit? What does that look like? Maybe it's just endless scrolling on your phone. Maybe you distract yourself or avoid committing to something, doing work, processing your emotions, and maybe that manifests through drinking too much or watching too much Netflix or just disconnecting and in some way that now feels not super healthy. So I want you to just acknowledge that. And you don't need to beat yourself up. You don't need to judge yourself, but just acknowledge it. Acknowledge that that's something that you want to let go of. And then give yourself permission to let it go. And now I want you to think about a relationship, maybe a friendship, family, maybe it's a lover or someone from your past. And I want you to give yourself permission to release this person or this version of this experience, of this relationship. I want you to see that person. I want you to really feel in your body, maybe the anger or the disappointment or the sadness, the frustration, whatever emotions come up when you think about that person, about that situation. I want you to just feel it now, because when you let those emotions up, that's energy in motion, emotion. So let that energy and that emotion move through your body so that we can release it. And give yourself permission to let it go. And then just imagine that maybe out of the bottom of your feet, you can just feel all of that energy just being released and just being completely let go of. And you give it over to the earth, and the earth will just absorb it and transmute it and release you of it. But just imagine all of that energy just leaving your body, and give gratitude for everything you learned from this person, from this situation, but give yourself permission to move forward without carrying the weight or the emotional baggage. Just release it and let it go. And now the last thing I want you to think about or feel into is what is blocking you from finding more financial abundance or finding a job or a collaboration that really serves you? Maybe there's something now, and it could be an old idea. Maybe you think that, money is hard, or that you don't have the right skill set to advance your career, or that you won't be successful if you start your own, business, or you become a freelancer or whatever. I want you to feel into any doubts or any scarcity in your mind, in your energy field, when you think about money or finances or advancing your career. Like, what comes up? What is the doubt in your mind? I want you to give yourself permission to let go of that same narrative, that same perspective, that old story. And then when you're ready, I want you to first feel all of that energy, all of that emotion again. So if you think about maybe you're not good enough, or you can't, or another person told you that you'll never be successful, or you grew up and you watched your parents struggle and now you have these old programs in your mind that money is hard and it doesn't grow on trees or whatever it is. But I want you to just feel how you feel. Let all of those emotions come up. Feel how you feel when you think about that. Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel jealous? Do you feel angry because another person gave you that story? Another person told you to believe something, or you watched? Maybe you feel bad. Maybe you feel bad finding success because you know other people are still struggling. Whatever you're feeling, whatever the story is, give yourself permission to let it go and release it now. And just let it go. Feel it drain out of your feet as the earth absorbs it and transmutes it and releases it from you. And together we're going to take an inhale. And on the exhale, I want you to really feel all of the leftover energy that is still in your body, still in your field. I want you to feel it just draining, force it, push it out of the bottoms of your feet and into the earth to receive it, to transmute it and release it for you. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And release, 2, 3, 4, pushing all that energy out, turning it back over to the earth. Your guides, the universe, the earth knows what to do with it. Just trust them, give it to them. It's not yours to carry any further. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes. Coming back into this space, you can bring some gentle movement into the body. Rolling your shoulders, your neck, and welcome back. So what I want you to do now is to pause on my face, if you can catch it. And I want you to just write down, under this full super moon, this blue moon in Pisces, I am willing and ready to release the following. And then I want you to write down all the things that were coming up in your meditation. And I want you later to safely either light that paper on fire, get rid of it safely, or tear it up, or do whatever feels best for you. But I would suggest getting rid of it either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, you can take a minute now. You can pause on my face. Oh. That was a quick one. Bet you didn't get it, bitch. Welcome back. And that is it. Okay, so I love you guys. If you are interested in diving in to learn more about this Mercury retrograde and this Virgo season. I put both of those workshops in one. So you can download the Virgo season workshop, and that already includes the Mercury retrograde workshop. So they're both in one presentation. Okay. It was beautifully helpful, I promise. You also get the workbook. And if you're interested in that live tarot event, I am so excited. I did one of these like, oh my God, 2 or 3 years ago. And there was like 300 people and we all sat and we had this conversation and it was like fucking beautiful. And like just the comments, the people, the experiences, because like I obviously set the intention that everyone who comes will learn from each other. And please, when we select the people for the free readings, and I'll probably do like at least 10 of them, like when we select the people for the free readings, please make sure that that story will apply to, you know, the people in this group so that we can all learn and heal together. And it's always beautiful. Like it really is. It's a cool experience. So if you're interested in joining me, that information is below as well. Okay. It's the live tarot event, the collective event or something like that. You'll see it below. Okay, let's start the pivot party. I'm going to keep this short because I feel like this workshop has already gone long and I have 1,000 other things to do, but I'm feeling overall really good. I've had 2 big purges recently. One of them from, I don't even really want to like dive into it, but like I have this one ex that like we never had like real sit down closure, and like it was just like my deepest love, like the craziest breakup, and then just silence, and then contact, and then nothing, and then it's just like it was crazy. So that's been really coming up strong. I've been feeling a lot of just like deep sadness about that. But also like, yeah, it's more complicated than that. So anyways, I just don't know. I Yeah. And then I have other things that came up. Definitely looking at my like use of like I'm in Canada right now, so we can just like literally like buy weed anywhere. And I'm just like smoking a little bit too much weed. And definitely when I was like traveling through Nashville and just like recently in like Amsterdam and on like vacation mode, I've just been like drinking a lot of like wine again lately and like drinking more coffee. And I'm really noticing myself going through this like, wow, this is what I do for comfort. Like I'm sad, so I'll do this, or I feel bored, so I want to get like attention, so I'll do this. And I do, and it's just like I'm really seeing very clearly how I am triggered from the external world and what I do to respond to feeling better, but not really for like long-term satisfaction, just like these short-term things. So like that's really clear for me right now. So that's what I'm going to be working on over the next little while. And I'm excited to get back to Portugal on September 1st and to start. I'm doing a big detox for my body. I have these Japanese like herbs that are amazing. So I'm going to be doing that for 30 days and just starting with more like clay and dancing and creativity and making sure that I have more time for myself, because I really just need to like reconnect with myself and figure out what the fuck is happening inside and outside. There's just so much change. And very soon we have eclipse seasons. I'm just like, whew. So yes, I've been feeling good overall and excited and more confident and sort of like, you know, things are moving. But then this other side, like the last week, I've just been like, again, so like sad and disappointed and frustrated, and like I want to connect with like some of these people, but then like I'm literally blocked on like all fucking like, what do you want me to do? Like send you a fucking carrier pigeon flight? Like what the fuck? So I'm like, I don't understand how you expect me to communicate with you anyway. Like it's just, it's so fucking stupid. So anyways, sending myself love, loving all of you. I'll see you very soon. And yeah, for the other workshops and all the other events and stuff, you can sign up below. See you there. Love you. Let me know how you're like, what are you doing? How you feeling, bitch? How you feeling? Come on. Wah, wah.